What did Coach Collins? What have you learned about your team in the past 5 weeks, 6 weeks?
Well, what I've learned is that you're very, very, very consistent guys. So everybody's kind of learning off each other, playing off each other, having fun with each other. I learned that they're a very tight-knit group. So it's very encouraging seeing those guys work together, having fun playing a game of football right now.
How does that tightness happen? Is that something that you can really have to encourage, or is that something that has to happen amongst the guys themselves?
Well, I'll tell you what, us as coaches always will talk about something like that, but it's still the people in the room, so they get really close with each other in the off-season, spring ball, off-season, so and that's what they've been doing. They've been hanging out with each other a lot more, watching film with each other a lot more, so they've been coming very, very tight with each other based on that.
Do you find that group cares more, like they do? You see that absolutely carry over?
I do. I think that every year it's gotten better since I've been here. And it's very, very, to see these guys show the love that they have for each other, and just watching those guys interact with each other and then caring and loving each other, it's a very good sign for a great team.
Tbion Robinson and Trey Turner, for them, 2 wide receivers. What stands out to you on film about those 2 guys, maybe how they use them?
Good players. I mean, they try to get Trey Turner the ball a lot. All right, obviously he's going to be usually on the outside, but he'll be able to get a lot of jet sweeps for him. They try to get him the ball. So he's picked up his targets a lot more these last couple of games. So it'll be fun to be able to play against him. And then number 9 as well. He's a guy in which they work a little bit of RPO game too, and try to get him the ball out in space, and move him around too. So it'll be a great challenge for us, but I think we're up for the challenge.
You've heard Burmeister described as a gamer. He's a guy that may not have a lot of flashy things, but he comes to play. How tough are those people to defend? What's the biggest challenge with him?
Well, everybody doing their job. Everybody doing their 1 and 11. That's the biggest thing when you're playing a quarterback of his nature. A guy that can, throw the ball on you, as well as if things break down, he's not afraid to run. He shows good speed. He has a good arm as well. So it'll be a challenge for us. But more importantly, everybody does their 1 and 11. I think we should be fine.
Big Metallica fan?
Metallica, yeah.
What are you seeing out of Rashad so far this season?
Rashad Battle,
yeah.
He's been banged up the last couple of weeks. I think when he is healthy, he's been doing a great job. We just got to get him out of the training room a little bit and coming out to the football field. But I think that the more and more he gets reps right now at the position that he's playing, he's going to even be better as time goes.
I guess when healthy, when you're talking about that, like that transition to safety, how you think he's been taken to that? Obviously, that's something that happened.
He's been doing well. Rashad Battle's a very smart football player. He's got a high football intelligence, so he's able to get the checks out there. Obviously, him playing corner before, he knows how vital that is to be able to get that done. So I think that he's a guy that studies the film, knows exactly what's coming at him. So it'd be encouraging once he gets back all the way healthy. He's been doing well right now.
How would you rate your starters as far as their knowledge, not just their physical ability, but their knowledge of what the other team's doing in their positions?
Mm-hmm. Like I said, Demar Mathis does a great job. He knows exactly how teams are trying to attack him. Quez has grown leaps and bounds as well as far as understanding what the pre-snap alignment is, comparatively speaking, to what kind of plays that he's going to get. I think Hallett is starting to come in his own. Obviously, DeMar Hamlin's great in that position to be able to understand how teams are trying to attack him. But we got a group in which that are getting better and better each and every week. So it's encouraging to see those guys again going back to that film room, understanding how they're going to be attacked, and then they got to be able to play on Saturday to be able to show their knowledge that they have gained from that film session.
Is the bye week an opportunity to take some time to reset some things for you and just kind of go back over, instead of having that pressure to say, here's last week and it's done and here's what we have to do next week, you can actually go back and really learn some of those lessons over again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whenever you get a bye week, you want to take it all the way back and kind of go back to some core fundamentals, core technique, and clean up some things which you've had errors on in the first half of the season. And I think we did a really good job on hitting a couple of those key points. We'll see Saturday how well that was.
Was it last year with the bye weeks you guys weren't able to go out and recruit at all? Was it nice as a staff to be able to get out and do that?
Well, it was good just to get out and go back recruiting, seeing people, seeing college, high school coaches. So that's always good when you got the opportunity to do that on a bye week. Obviously, last year was a lot different because we didn't have that opportunity to be able to go see people, sit in front of them, get a good understanding of who their player is face to face. And that's you love to be able to do that when you had an opportunity.
Is it relieving in a way that, like, after last year, how difficult that might have been to, get those relationships going over Zoom or FaceTime or whatever, to not have to do that as much?
Definitely different. Definitely different. Obviously, like I said, just face to face is a lot better than being able to do it by. So,
When Battle was healthy, was he going between safety and corner, or was he normally one spot?
Battle can play both positions.
How were you using him in practice?
He can play both positions, but we utilize him more at safety because of the intricate details in which that needs to be prepared for week in, week out of that position. But he's a guy I think that can be able to go either way.
When you're at practice and Kenny and his group has got it going, do you have to tell your guys, your scout guys or whoever's to get someone to give them, hey man, look, you guys did everything you can, but the guy that's throwing the ball is pretty elite?
Well, we go good on good in Skelly, for example,
Okay.
7-on-7 every day. So we have a great time going against those guys, and we keep score. Who's winning, who's losing, everything's kept score on. So we take it a challenge to kind of shut those guys down. They take a challenge trying to beat us. So it's a healthy thing, healthy practice environment. But we have a lot of fun doing it.
Who's
he's playing the
winning
top
this year?
one.
Who's winning this year?
Huh?
Who's winning this year?
Well, they had one day, we had one day. So we kind of go back and forth, and hopefully we try to win more than they win.
What constitutes a win, by the way?
It's a pass less than 6 yards. All right, is a win for us, or obviously incompletion. Anything over 6, they win.
And how many plays you guys were in that session? How many?
18 plays.
So is it just 10? Like whoever gets to 10 wins? Like whoever?
No, we just keep it running. It'll be 9 to 7, whatever the case may be. We just keep it running. Coach Narduzzi keeps it running total on that. So the guys get amped up and they want to know who's won at the end of that scale.
How have you seen MJ Devonshire grow since he's been here? And I know when Pat first got here, he didn't really rotate the cornerback position at all. It seems like you're using MJ a good bit. How do you decide, how much you want to use your third and your fourth corner and how much to rotate at that position?
Well, I'll tell you what, MJ's been doing a good job. He's getting better week in, week out. It's been a blessing to have another guy to be able to rotate in. My belief is that I got to get the best players on the field. And I think that he challenges the guys which are on the field every week. So as long as he's earning a shot to play, he will play. If he doesn't, he has a bad week of practice, may not. But he's been doing good. That's why you're seeing him out there on Saturdays.
Archie, Pat said the other day that maybe a 4-1 Pitt wasn't getting the respect that they should be. Is there a sense of these next few weeks and how they can set up your season? And
I'll tell you what, we talk about, October separates the men from the boys. With that being said, I tell our guys, don't worry about that. Just win. Everything will take care of itself. Don't worry about all that, all the things in that magnitude. Matters not to worry about it. All you can do is control what you can control, and that's going out on Saturdays and putting your best foot forward, coming back with wins, and everything will take care of itself.
Do you hear your guys grousing about it, though?
I ignore the noise. Okay, so I try to attack it before I do hear it. And that's what we try to do. And like I said, we got a good group of guys. They understand that part about it. That's why they come to practice every day. They work their balls off to be able to be the best guy they can be.